Well, it looks like we're back again. Give you a couple other ideas. We've been fishing out here for a while, got a handful of bluegills, a couple keepers. But I'll give you an idea of a couple other kinds of baits you could use, if I can get the box open. If you're going for walleyes, you gotta have a little bit stiffer rod, a little bit heavier pound test line. We're using 2-pound test right now. A little something with a fluffy tail is good. Personally, I think the hook on this one's a little bit too big. Anyway, we're not going to be going for walleyes right now, so more stuff for panfish. Variety of colors of little jigs. You just want to experiment. It depends where you're at. There's a variety of other little baits you can use to tip the jigs I just got done showing you. One of them is these. If you want to get a close-up of that, that's red spikes. They're pretty reasonably priced. You can get about 50 of them for, I don't know, under $3. Well worth it if it's the hot bait for the day. Of course, you never really know. Always kind of the problem unless you know somebody who just got back from there. You never really know how much of what to buy. So it's nice when they come 50 in a pack. These are white spikes, same thing, but they're not colored. That's kind of nice. These last a long time, durable little bait. And then you of course have your waxworms, a favorite and classic bait for panfish. A lot of times though you can outfish your waxworms using spikes. Depends. I don't have any with me, but another good bait is mousies. You can get them at your local Gander Mountain or somewhere like that, bait shop. That's about it. Hook them the same way. A lot of times a spike's a little smaller than a waxworm, so you don't necessarily hook it in the middle. Just kind of glob it on there the best you can and throw it down and let the scent do the trick.
It's a little one.
What you got there, Mikey?
It's a little baby. Oh, she's really sucked it down. Got a Leatherman.
Show you next time.
Yeah, I have to show me. Anyway, let me just see if I can do it without killing them. If not, well. There she goes.
There you go.
Bye-bye. There she.
Back down the hole.
Don't let it take it. We're really biting slow today. You gotta let it take it, and I end up not even barely jigging. Just let them sit there, and then they'll finally take it after a while. Otherwise, I end up getting the habit of pulling it too soon or too forcefully. And like ends up ripping it right out of his mouth, and I end up missing a lot of strikes. This one is definitely a game of patience. You can actually see it just inside the line of sight. I actually see a little fin every once in a while swimming past my bait. Oh, did you lose him?
Nikes! We had a good one on there and we lost him. He was the biggest one yet.
Are you serious?
Yep. It's alright, there's more down there, boys. There's more down there.
What was it?
It's a nice big bluegill. It was at least an 8.5 inch at least. It was, its tail and its nose were touching the sides of the hole. I had it all the way up to the top. I touched him. Don't you worry though, they're about 2 cranks off the bottom. I think we got this figured out.
Ooh. I'll throw it back.
Nice work, Mikey.
Thank you. Got a little one today. Oops. We're overhearing some of the other guys just off the way there, and they're saying they're only getting a couple every once in a while too, so it's kind of a slower day, but only little ones. But hey, it's still fun. I'm gonna keep this one. Still small, but hey, this is a keeper.
Can't complain when you're ice fishing.
No, exactly. Can't be picky. Cool.
Show us that.
I
Yeah,
just want to lose her.
it's a nice fish there, Tony Dean.
Appreciate it there, Harvey Wallbanger. Oh, don't you be losing that fish.
Excuse me, my name is Babe Winkleman.
Ow! There we go.
Alright, I'm just going to show you a couple of different baits that you might want to use for panfish here, and I'll also go into a few that you might want to use for larger game fish. Number one, we have my personal favorite, which I showed you earlier. I'm going to get a close-up of that if you want to. It's a little glow-in-the-dark horizontal jigging bait again. Here we have a really unique little bait. I'm really not sure what it's called, but it's a very lethal little weapon. It's got devil horn hooks on either side and a little treble hook on the bottom. You put 3 pieces of bait on there and catch a whole school at a crack if you're lucky. I never saw it happen, but you never know. Another little bait that we have here is another horizontal jigging bait with a rubber minnow on it. Tip that with a waxworm or something, you've got a real killer bait. We have a variety of little panfish jigs here. This one, a real unique little favorite of mine. Actually, if you get a close-up, it's got a rattle on the tail. It's a killer bait. It also has a fish-style jig head. Also, some other baits that have been classic baits for a long time are these different color vertical jigging baits. When you drop that down the hole, it sits more like this to jig. Sometimes when you drop it down the hole, you should really try to have a line attached to it. Unlike what I just did just now, I think. Oh, look at that, I did save it. Okay, for some larger game fish, this is a lot like a Swedish pimple. This is a little bit different, but I don't seem to have a Swedish pimple today, so I'll show you this. Same idea. Flashy bait, you just want to drop it down there, bump it on the bottom, bring it up, much like you would for bluegills. Just pump it up and down, and there's not a lot you can do in a hole, really. I mean, your presentation's fairly limited, but it becomes pretty clear what you need to do once you stick something down the hole. And here is a zip lure. Actually, it's an imitation zip lure, also glow-in-the-dark. I'm a big fan of glow-in-the-dark for ice fishing. Big fish.
Nice.
Not as big as I thought, but a good fighter. He had my drag going.
Keeper.
Halfway decent. Getting down there at the end of the day today, and still want to get enough for a little bit of a fry here. So we're going to hang on to that one, and we're going to drop back down there and hope for one more real quick before we head out. That's a little bit more humane way of releasing your fish.
The natural way.
Let him get himself off.
Please, dude.
No. If anybody should do that, you get the honors here.
Okay, fine, I'll do it. Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't want to steal your thunder. Thank you very much. I have more chins than the average phone book.
The Chinese phone book.
Whatever. The drawback to this style is it's a little bit awkward until you get used to it, to strike and then reel up your fish, which of course you'll be catching. It's Wisconsin.